Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and I have a question for you all. Have you been preparing for tanks? And if so, what planes have you all been playing? As you can see right here, I'm flying my Hs-129, also known as the Duck. And when you take a look at basically the nose, or the beak, of this plane, and the color in which it's painted, you will realize why it got the nickname the Duck. Now, you can see I'm playing Malta right now, and fortunately for me, my allies, since no one flies the Henschel 129, no one flies the Duck because there's no real logical reason to fly it unless you were investing early, as we'll say it. But occasionally you'll even have friendly fighters go after those are artillery emplacements right there, and it's just kind of curious, but I digress. So yes, I'm flying this, and that is because right now I'm flying it pretty much stock, or pretty much close to stock. I only have the 20mm cannons. However, I am going for the Mark 103 30mm cannon, which is drastically different than the Mark 108 30mm cannon. And that was something I highlighted in my last time I discussed this topic, which is preparing for tanks, or P4T, as I like to call it, because who doesn't like to come up with their own cool acronym when you put in a nice little number? But anyway, when you fly this thing, it's kind of tough to carve out good scores. You generally have to, in this kind of situation right now, not have any fighters dive on you. Because you are a juicy target, and most people, given the drive to get lines or experience or grind up to that next level, will go for the easier kills as opposed to the honorable kills, like if you're a fighter, killing all the enemy fighters prior to engaging, you know, very weak yellow-beaked ducks, like the one I'm flying right here. And here I'm just like, man, this just must be my day. Here is a Jelly Welly, the Wellington, right here, just asking to get chewed up by 20mm cannons. And here I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, this looks promising. Everyone's higher up. They're probably doing what they should be doing and engaging enemy fighters prior to poaching the easiest kill on the map, which would be me in my Duck. But yeah, so I've been grinding this, and I tell you what, a lot of the planes that are going to be very, very good against tanks, you haven't touched. So this is me checking up on my students. I think it was maybe a week or so ago I told you guys to start preparing for tanks. So now the questions come. And yes, these are questions from me. So I get asked the questions now. What planes have you been playing? What planes do you think will be your go-to tank killers? Look at this. I'm lining them up. Oh, I know I got him, right? There's nothing on my 6. Everything's high up. Well, sometimes you just have a bad day and you get rammed when you have a Wellington in your sights. It's a little rough. But every now and then you have something just fall into your lap, which we'll see in the next clip. But yeah, so I think, now I'm not entirely sure, this is kind of a bit speculative, but I'm a little hesitant to grind towards some of the other attacking planes outside of the German and Russian tech trees, because as we are well aware, tanks will become available for the Germans and Russians first. So as I see it, in the event that historical battles are, you know, we know that we've seen tanks and planes fly and drive in the same battle in an arcade type format. And here I'm on Malta again, and I'm grinding those first two. But so my thought is, you know what, I'm gonna really focus on Russia and Germany first, because in the event that you can do historical battles with planes and tanks, I want to have, you know, basically planes that I can use. So those would be Russia and Germany. And with Germany, I've been grinding up some Stukas. I obviously have the G1 and G2. There's just something falling into your lap. why go heads up with one of the most armored planes in the game? And that's what another reason why this is going to be such an exceptional ground attacker. But yeah, so your homework assignment is as easy as answering a question. What planes have you been grinding up to prepare for tanks? For me, it's this bad boy, and man, it is a grind to fly it because you just get your butt kicked so many times, but it's going to be well worth it. Did you know that there was actually an Hs-129 with a 7.5 centimeter autocannon on it? I wonder if we'll get that in the game. Yeah, that's another fun thing. I've asked it a few times, but planes that we have in game that you're grinding, and also planes that you'd love to see as the best tank killers. Anyway, my name is Baron. Thank you for watching, and prepare for tanks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and yes, I'm flying the Ju-87R2 Stuka dive bomber. Now, why am I flying this? A lot of people may think, oh, Baron, you know, all you're going to be is cannon fodder for the British or anyone that you're flying against. My landing gear is still jammed. Couldn't figure that out. Wink, wink, cough, cough. And I got a nice 1,000 kilo bomb under here.